Dr. N. Kumaresan, Chairman IETLC, and Professor EEE NIT Tiruchirappalli to give welcome address.
Respected Chief Guest of today's function, Mrs. Renuga Gere, Director, Industrial Systems and Products, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, New Delhi. Past Chairman, Engineer S. Samidas, Engineer Anand, Honorary Secretary, Darshana, members of the staff, Executive Committee members, fellow engineers, in particular Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, faculty members, students, invitees who have kindly responded to our invitation, members of media, ladies and gentlemen, a warm good evening to all of you. I consider it is a proud privilege bestowed to me to welcome all of you for observing the International Women's Day 2021 by our center. As we all know, the 8th of March marks the International Women's Day celebration across the globe. Our center is observing it today. International Women's Day marks a day of call for action in reducing the existing gender gap globally. The first gathering was in 1911, and since then there has been the continuous cry for action across the globe for gender balance. Although a lot has been achieved through the years in almost every sphere of life, gender disparity is yet dominant in engineering and technology environment. There is still a need to change the mindset that engineering and technology is a man's affair. Please note that encouraging and giving qualified and competent women an opportunity to rise does not depict failure of men. It shows a readiness to achieve, succeed, and develop. The campaign theme of International Women's Day 2021 is Choose to Challenge. A challenged world is an alert world. And from challenge comes change. I therefore call on all, especially the men within engineering and technology space, to join hands with the women engineers to play a critical role in helping to build a more gender balanced world as we all work towards a balance for a better world. In this vein, we are fortunate to have an eminent woman engineer and technologist, Mrs. Renuga Gere, Director, Renuga Gera, Director, Industrial Systems and Products, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, New Delhi, among us to address the gathering on this occasion. On behalf of the Tiruchirappalli Local Center of the Institution of Engineers India, I extend a very hearty welcome to Mrs. Renuga Gera and compliment her for sparing her valuable time to take part in International Women's Day celebration of IETLC. Many thanks to you, Madam, for gracefully accepting the invitation and honoring us with your presence. I also welcome Engineer Samidas, Engineer Anand, and Dr. Darshana, and other present here at IETLC premises. I take this opportunity to welcome all our special invitees, fellow engineers, staffs, media persons, and students who have responded to our invitation and attending this program in online. So, we wish to thank Mrs. S.M. Magajan, Executive Director, retired, BHL, who have helped us a lot in organizing this program. I am also pleased to welcome the members and their families, along with dearest children, to watch this event in online. Dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, today from our center. We are experimenting the new way of conducting the event. It is in hybrid mode. Few of us in offline mode at our center and others are in online mode across the country. I wish we'll be success in this new attempt also. With a view to promote the pursuit of excellence in the field of engineering, the Institution of Engineers India Tiruchirappalli Local Center is set to recognize women engineers for their contribution towards engineering and technology as part of the International Women's Day celebrations. The award consists of a plaque and a certificate. Any woman engineer currently residing or working in the areas covered under Tiruchirappalli Local Center involving district of Trichy, Karur, Perambalur, Ariyalur, Pudukkottai, Thiruvarur, Nagapattinam, and not older than 35 years of age is eligible for the award. Thanks to all the nominees who have responded for the call for Young Woman Engineer Award 2021, instituted by Institution of Engineers, Tiruchirappalli Local Center. I would like to place on record the excellent work carried out by the team of past chairpersons of the center, namely Engineer R. Kumar and Engineer R. Selvaraj, for evaluating and recommending the nominations received in connection with the Young Woman Engineer Award 2020. Engineer Samidas, past chairman, IITLC, will always be enthusiastic and contribute for the betterment of the activities for our center. He was instrumental for making this event in a grand manner. Thank you, sir. I record my appreciation to Engineer Anand, Honorary Secretary, and IITLC staffs and other fellow engineers and friends who have put in a lot of efforts in bringing up this function in a grand manner. My best wishes to all the women for the success in their careers. And IITLC is very much proud in celebrating the International Women's Day 2021. With these few words, once again, I extend a warm welcome to everyone assembled in online mode for gracing this program. Thank you. Vanakkam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a neat welcome address. So now I request Engineer S. Samidas, past chairman IITLC, to give brief introduction about our chief guest.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my proud privilege to introduce our chief guest of the day, Ms. Renuka Jaira, Director Industrial Systems and Products, and also board member of BHE. She is an electronics and communication engineering graduate from Delhi College of Engineering. Earlier, she was heading industry sector as executive director. She has started her career with BHEL in 1984 as engineer trainee in Transmission Business Group. She has over 36 years of holistic and hands-on experience in various verticals of industry sector of BHEL, driving business development and diversification initiatives in energy storage systems, electric mobility, railway electrification, transportation, defense, transmission systems, including high voltage direct current transmission, HVDC, renewable energy, and water management systems. She has headed various functions in BHEL, namely marketing, business development, engineering, contract and project management, HR, administration, planning, finance, and including legal services. She has earlier served in Bhopal manufacturing unit for 5 years. During her career span, she had extensive involvement with HVDC projects in the country and was project manager for one of the largest HVDC multi-terminal projects in India. Significantly, she is the first woman employee of BHEL to reach the level of director. She has earlier been sponsored by BHEL for International Certification Program in Business Management, conducted under the aegis of Department of Public Enterprises. Welcome, madam.
Now, madam, can you switch on your mic?
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Kumarasan and Engineer Samidas. So, dear all who are present through virtual medium and who are present in the Institution of Engineers Local Center, it is indeed my pleasure and privilege to be addressing this professional group of engineers, many of whom I am already acquainted with as being my college alumni from Delhi College of Engineering, and also some from BHEL, my organization, which I am proud to be part of. The topic you have given me today is Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future in COVID-19 World. Let's start with women as leaders first. Though I strongly feel that strength and power have no gender, but there is no denying the fact that women are epitomes of both. Today, women have carved a space for themselves in all spheres of life. They put their heart and soul into whatever they are undertaking. Managing both workplace and home with equal passion comes to women naturally. When women lead, they bring transformative changes leading to all-around development. We are often seeing nowadays young women at the forefront of diverse and inclusive movements, both online as well as on the streets, fighting for social justice, climate change, and equality in all parts of the world. Companies which are helping women flourish and achieve their full potential are known to perform better. Encouraging women in all areas of life results in progress for everyone. Even so, today we see a very small percentage of women in top decision-making positions. We know that women are heads of state of government in 22 countries. However, less than 25% of national parliamentarians are women. So what we really need now is more active participation, involvement, and protection of women interests to change these figures and to bring gender equality in the world. And as I already said, when women lead, positive results are seen. Their approach is more collective than individual, more collaborative than competitive, and they use coaching more than commanding. Women in top leadership positions often bring those transformative changes which set the pace for all-round development. Let's look at what all of us have gone through in recent times in form of COVID-19 pandemic. It brought with it many restrictions in all spheres of life. But then these obstacles also created opportunities to strengthen ourselves in diverse spaces. And during these COVID times, we saw all those countries which had women as heads of state or head of government these countries fared much better than others in handling and diffusing the situation to the satisfaction of the masses. We have examples of Germany, where Madam Angela Merkel, who is considered as frontline leader of European Union, effectively managed the pandemic scenario in her country. Similar stories of successes were also there with Lady Prime Minister of New Zealand, Madam Ardern, and young lady President of Slovakia, to name a few. These countries with women heads fared so much better than many other powerful nations in effectively tackling the difficult pandemic situation with respect to infection and fatality rates. On home turf also, there is no dearth of examples. We have very good example of many collective rather than individual approaches which have been adopted by women very successfully, and they have proven themselves to be women leaders in their own right. Let's look at the example of, I'm giving you an example of collective wisdom. Ila Bhatt of Seva movement. Seva is the Self-Employed Women Association. This is synonymous with this style only. She began as convener of the women's wing of Textile Labor Union. But what bothered her was that there was no protection or assistance to those who labored outside the factories, regulated by labor laws. Today, Seva is a huge network of cooperative efforts in diverse spheres: income generation, microfinance, healthcare, childcare, capacity building. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. When women come in forefront, they adopt different styles and they are very successful. Second example, which I'll give you of collective skill being adopted by a woman leader, is of a young lady, a 25-year-old fashion media graduate, Srishti Terry. You know why I'm choosing this example? Because these are the common examples which our younger lot of women can get a lot of inspiration from. When during these COVID times, she saw that once bustling market of Gurgaon was deserted. It is called Banjara Market, and where she was hoping to buy something. So what she did was she took immediate action. She returned home with photos of the market ceramics, designed a logo, posted the photos on Instagram in the hopes of catching people's interest. And the response was overwhelming. In her first sale, she received 131 orders and sold 800 items. So this lady officially launched the Artisans of Banjara. And this way, a leader was born from a situation which we otherwise say is pandemic. Out of the same pandemic situation, a young lady who did not think only about herself, she created a movement. So this is what the women leaders are all about. Then let's look at the collaborative approach. As I said, women are more collaborative than competitive. There's a lady, you must have heard about her, Madam Chavi Rajawat. She is ex-Sarpanch of Soda village, which is quite a far off place in Rajasthan. She is an MBA from Oxford, I understand, and she left her corporate job as she felt serving the society would not just help her, but other women also who live without basic amenities. When I became the Sarpanch, I could connect with women and other aggrieved sections with ease. This is what she said. Her focus was on a development agenda which is inclusive as well as effective, from solving water scarcity issue to promoting financial literacy in the village by opening a branch of SBI in the village and then making them self-sufficient. So what I'm trying to tell you is women are usually better at many things, at multitasking, and more sincere and diligent with whatever responsibilities they undertake. For me, leadership personally means being assertive, self-confident, and doing full justice to the responsibilities which are assigned to you. The special capabilities which we assign to this gender, to the women, like empathy, pressure handling, problem solving, multitasking, and open communication, make them to handle any situation, which makes them an ideal candidate for a leadership job also. So the new take on leadership should be authentic, be decisive, be truthful, and embrace technology, just like some of these ladies did, through which women have excelled to steer their countries through COVID-19 pandemic. Virtual medium through which we are communicating today. You see, I'm sitting with thousands of miles away from you, but why it is possible today? It is because of the technology. So if I talk about my own journey in BHEL, I would say that apart from self-determination, one thing which I never shied away from taking was new roles or responsibilities. In fact, many a time I requested my seniors to give me more challenging jobs. I started my career in design engineering, served in Bhopal unit for 5 years, opted for changeover to marketing after 15 years. And then when we landed with a big HVDC project, along with a Swedish technology partner, I was entrusted to be the project manager for this job. This job, incidentally, was world's largest multi-terminal project at that time at 800 kV, 6,000 megawatt level. At this point in time, I requested my seniors to allow me to handle site management also. And this was much to their amazement. They were also a bit apprehensive. But then good part is they supported me. They permitted me to take the lead. And this hands-on experience of handling this site for a couple of years and dealing with the actual site issues has taught me so much, which cannot be learned by just sitting in a design office. So I would say that both my risk-taking appetite, mentoring, and support from my seniors and family have helped me to reach where I am today. Now, but coming to the flip side, even with the progress that we all see and we have made for equality in so many important ways, women are still severely underrepresented in business leaderships. Women-led companies make only 4% of Fortune 500 companies, a trend which holds steady throughout the business sectors, most business sectors. So why do we need women in business leaderships? I can give you a couple of reasons. The rest you can think about yourself. First is that women bargain and negotiate much better. It is a well-known fact that women are often more effective at making deals better than men, even when the stakes are high. In fact, they are better at working with people of different viewpoints, of different opinions to get things done as compared to their male counterparts. You know, they have a bipartisan collaborative and cooperative skill and methodology and help move things faster in business. So they can achieve agreements and make deals which man might fall short. Maybe you people may or may not agree to this, but this is my personal opinion also. So, but for that to happen, they have to be at the table. They have to be given positions of leadership and authority. Secondly, as I already mentioned, they have more commanding attitude. They have more not commanding, the mentoring attitude rather than a commanding attitude. So this helps them to be brilliant mentors. And why do we need the mentors? As I gave my story, so irrespective of the gender, whether it is a male or a female, all of us need good mentors at some stage or the other when we are struggling or trying to find our way forward. So what happens is, one of the major obstacles at the moment is that there are men who will be more convenient mentoring other men. Similarly, maybe women are much more likely to mentor other women than the man would do. But when you have women in leadership positions, you are setting them up to be brilliant mentors for the next generation of women leaders. And by encouraging successful men to fill the role of mentors for aspiring women leaders, we get even closer to equality in the workplace. So these are some of the reasons why women need to be in good leadership position. And having women in leadership will also help to bridge the gender opportunity gap. I call it gender opportunity because most men and women, they start their careers making roughly the same amount of money they make when they join. But as slowly as we move along, we find that men are offered more opportunities to advance into higher paying leadership positions. When women come into leadership positions, they will be better at providing others with fair pay and good benefits. So now, in the beginning, it was mentioned in the welcome address by Dr. Kumar Sen that there are very few women who are still, going for science, technology, engineering, and maths kind of streams. So that's very correct. Women make up only 28% of the workforce in science, technology, engineering, and maths today. And men vastly outnumber women who are major in these fields. In college also, we see the same trend. Research shows no innate cognitive biological difference between men and women in mathematics. The good news now is that STEM had more women enter into field over last 4 decades than has been done earlier. This is what has been reported on LinkedIn. Innovation happens when we approach urgent challenges from every different point of view. Bringing women and underrepresented minorities into the field guarantees that we see the full range of solutions to the real problems that people face in the world. I'll give you an extract from McKinsey report, which has highlighted that bridging the gender gap in STEM can increase the contribution to the global economy by $12 to $28 trillion. In fact, India is somewhat on a better scale in this because it has one of the highest share of women graduates in STEM at 43% globally. But their proportion of STEM careers is only 14% compared to the 43% stream. So which means the need for affirmative action in this regard. So the need for our is to have a multi-pronged approach to encourage more women to take up STEM careers, to encourage girls and women to take maths and science classes, including advanced classes, expand after school semester breaks, STEM opportunity for girls, focus on practical components like internships, project works, seminars, etc., which will prepare a futuristic women workforce in line with the requirements of the industry. We have to increase awareness of higher education and career opportunities for give aspiration and role models for women to adopt STEM. From corporate perspective also, because I represent a corporate also, there is a need to step up efforts to reinforce women participation in STEM careers. Enacting women-friendly measures like we do in our organization, like Crashes for Children, study leave, comprehensive learning and development programs also goes a long way in encouraging retention of women in STEM careers. Similarly, women should have access to sound networking and collaboration opportunities through professional forums, academia, industry collaboration, and linkages amongst organizations. Another thought for women in technology, train the next generation. An approach is partner with colleges to groom women talent as pipeline for new hires. In 2014, Microsoft India launched Women in Tech, an initiative to train and mentor 1 million girls in a year. enable the next generation girls to find suitable careers in IT and accelerate their growth. Companies can partner with such programs and gain access to a large pool of women talent. BHEL Trichy, I am very happy to share here, they train ITI pass outs in thousands every year. However, they do not stop at training alone. They liaison with companies in and around Trichy for the placement of trained apprentices. In the recent past, nearly 100 women apprentices trained in BHEL Trichy have benefited from this process as they were selected by ITC for their biscuit factory in Trichy. From 2015 to 2018, BHEL Haridwar also trained 100 girl students from underprivileged sections of society and sponsored them for higher education in science and technology after 12th. That means for graduate and postgraduate studies. So let me now end this session by affirming to myself and to all the women in form of a Sanskrit couplet. Balika aham balika, navyug janita aham balika, naham abla durbala adi shakti ambika. I am a girl of modern times. I am not feeble or powerless. I am Adi Shakti, I am Ambika. So my best wishes to all for International Women's Day, which we have celebrated yesterday. Thank you.
ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ minute
Excellent address, bringing out the role of women leaders, guiding the supporting world women leaders as well as women leaders of village panchayats in India. We could understand the initiative taken by many women entrepreneurs during this pandemic, helping all those who needed help. Your message to the younger generation of women is exemplary to be noted by all of them. Now I am able to see why the women employees in BHEL Trichy are taking as a role model because of your wide experience and knowledge and the leadership you have shown in the organization, which I have been a part of up to 2005. Thank you, madam, for your exemplary speech. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now it is a time to honor women. So now I request our chairman, engineer Dr. N. Kumarasan. Now I request engineer R. Kumar, past chairman IETLC, to announce the Young Woman Engineer Award.
Mr. Kumar.
Mr. Kumar.
Yeah. Good evening to all. We had a very nice speech, our director. So it was excellent. Thank you, madam, for your wonderful speech and encouraging the woman. Now it is time to announce the Young Woman Engineer Award. And I have the privilege and pleasure to announce it. Before that, I would like to state that we received 5 awards and from the women, 2 from NIT Tiruchirappalli, 1 from MAM College of Engineering, 1 from Ramakrishna College of Engineering Tiruchirappalli, and 1 from Pudukkottai. So we reviewed all the papers presented by the young women, particularly with respect to their age, qualification, and patents filed, then the contribution to the industry, to the society, the improvements they have brought in various design processes, productivity improvement. So all these things in the papers published, so etc. We reviewed all these factors and then shortlisted the one engineer among the 5 that we got, and it was Dr. O. Darshana from NIT College of Engineering Tiruchirappalli, assistant professor, and I congratulate her for excellent achievement in this feat.
So now I request us.
So, thank you, sir. So before handing over the citations, I'm happy to read out her profile. Dr. Darshana O is an assistant professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu, India. Before joining NIT Tiruchirappalli, she worked as a postdoctoral research fellow at IIT Palakkad. She received her PhD in civil engineering from IIT Bombay, India in 2018 and a master's in transportation engineering and planning from BNIT, Surat, India in 2014. She completed her Bachelor of Engineering from Government Engineering College, Kozhikode, Calicut University, India in 2012. She was the first rank holder in MTech and the fourth rank holder in BTech. Her research interest includes modeling, user perception, traffic operations, traffic engineering and management, and road safety. Her doctoral research focused on modeling user perceived level of service and delayed signalized intersections under heterogeneous traffic conditions. Her research contributed significantly to the development of capacity and the level of service analysis methods for signalized intersections with heterogeneous and non-land-based traffic conditions and have been appropriately incorporated in the Indian Highway Capacity Manual, Indo-HCM, developed through a multi-institute research study coordinated by CSIR, CRRI under 12th 5-year plan. She has published in a number of leading journals, including Transportmetrica, Transport Research Pacifica, Transportation in Developing Countries, etc. She is also a member of professional bodies like Transportation Research Group of India, Indian Road Congress, World Congress of Transport Research Society, International Association of Engineers. In recognition to her valuable contribution in the area of engineering community and society, the Institution of Engineers India Tiruchirappalli Local Center is proud to honor Dr. Darshana Wu with Young Women Engineer Award 2021 on this auspicious occasion of International Women's Day celebration held on 9th March 2021.
Yes, please. Peter,
Now I request Ravadi to say a few words.
Good evening, Manajal present over here. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Institution of Engineers India, Tiruchirappalli Local Center for this year Women Engineer Award. And it is indeed a blissful moment for people receiving this award from Dr. N. Preparation and Engineer A. Anand. It has been only 10 months I have been a part of NIT Trichy family. So for me, this award is really welcoming. So when you are in a new city, especially in the early part of your research career, receiving such kind of awards or recognition is really motivating and encouraging. And it also makes me remember that whatever hardships I have gone through, whatever struggles we have faced in the life, like we have achieved something on the other hand. So it's a moment of fulfillment. At this point, I would like to thank few people. Without their support, I would have reached this position. So my heartfelt thanks to all my teachers, gurus, beginning from the KG till doctoral thesis. I would like to point out a few names here, especially Dr. Ansu V from Government Engineering College, Kozhikode, where I did my BTech. Then Professor B.K. Katti, my MTech supervisor from SVNIT Surat, and Dr. K.V. Krishnarao from IIT Bombay, who was my PhD supervisor. These people have actually molded me. And they have inculcated the traits of a good student, teacher, and a researcher in me. So I am always indebted to all my teachers. And none of this would have been possible without the help and support from my family. So I thank my parents, my siblings, my husband, who is a constant pillar of support, and my in-laws. I would also like to thank my little bundle of joy. She's here today for witnessing this event. With all those unconditional love and whatnot. And also, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all those previous institutions where I have been associated with, like NIT Calicut, where I worked as ad hoc faculty. Then ME Engineering College, Perindalmanna, where I have been working as assistant professor. And then Indian Institute of Technology, Palakkad, where I worked as postdoc. Okay, so my tiny lady is also here today. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my current organization, NIT Trichy, for all those opportunities given. And above all, I owe it all to Almighty God for giving me the wisdom, strength, and help for overcoming all the hurdles in life. So once again, I would like to thank IEI TLC for this wonderful and unforgettable day in my life. Thank you all.
So to facilitate, we call our committee member, Dr. Manjula.
Yes, sir. Very good evening to one and all. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, madam.
Yeah. It's a great pleasure for me to felicitate Dr. Darshana, the award winner of Best Engineer, on behalf of Institution of Engineers India, Tiruchirappalli Local Center. On this great occasion, I would also like to put my thanks to Institution of Engineers, IEI, TLC members, and our chief guest, Ms. Renuga, Director, Industrial Systems and Products, BHEL, and our chairman, Dr. N. Kumaresan, and our IEI member secretary, Engineer Anand, and our Mr. Sami Das, the convener for the award committee, and Mr. Kumar, the award committee member. So those who have contributed for the selection as well as the take part in the role of the Best Engineer Award group. And then here I would like to mention the chief guest who has delivered our most inspiring and talk about the leadership in women and what are all the future roles for the young women. So young women who has been who has to take up various roles and in various opportunities available. So those were really inspiring and motivating, madam. Really thanks to our chief guest also. And then here I would like to say a few words only. Like the International Women's Day, which is celebrated as mainly for celebrating social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. So since it has been recognized early 1900s, and it raised the awareness for each and every year, and now it comes to the to celebrate the women achievements and raise the awareness about women's equality and other fundraise opportunities. So I am happy to say that IEI is recognizing the achievements of women, and it has instituted the award to honor women engineers for accomplishments. So IEI is supporting and encouraging the women by giving the Best Engineer Award so that it would give a positive spirit in the women community. So I thank IEI Trichy for their valuable efforts and the time which has been spent for the selecting the award as well as choosing the people and then giving back to the society. So I thank IEI Trichy for this opportunity. And also Darshana, who has I'm very happy to say that Darshana has been selected as Best Engineer Award, since she is my colleague. Since I also come, I'm also coming from the Department of Civil Engineering, from the same department, and my own neighbor also, next to my room also. So I am happy to say that so she such an award at an early stage, and which will give her motivation, and she will keep it in a positive sense, and will put her maximum effort in research, academics, and society focus, and will give and will achieve more and more such awards in her near future. It is my hearty congratulations for Dr. Darshana for her future research contributions as well as academic accomplishments. So I thank Dr. Darshana for getting such an award. And before closing this, I would like to share women should be. So like I would like to share a screen. Sir, can I spend 2 minutes, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the modern woman, as per the great poet Subramanya Bharatiyar, should be நிமிர்ந்த நன்னடை, நேர்கொண்ட பார்வை, நிலத்தில் யாருக்கும் அஞ்சாத நெறிகளும், திமிர்ந்த ஞானச் செருக்கும் இருப்பதால் செம்மை மாதர் திரும்புவதில்லையாம். So I will translate. Her head held high. She walks while looking everyone in the eye. She is a fearless possessor of integrity. She is a proud possessor of wisdom, born out of conviction. The resolute woman does not falter or feel inferior. So this is one of the best sayings of the modern women by Bharatiyar. And the other one, அமிழ்ந்து பேரிருளா அறியாமையால் அவல மெய்தி கலையின்றி வாழ்வதை உமிழ்ந்து தள்ளுதல் பெண் அறமாகுமாம் உதய கண்ண உரைப்பது கேட்டீரோ. The translation is, despite facing sorrow and criticism, she is capable of deriving pleasure from her life. Throwing off vanity, she emits the beauty of a woman. She rises, making her voice heard. So this is the meaning of it, so that we will appreciate feminism and celebrate the womanhood, and let us hail the victory of feminism and rejoice. So with these words, I would like to congratulate Dr. Darshana, and also I am taking the motivation and the motivation speech and inspiration speech from the our chief guest, Miss Gera, and I am happy to say that this moment and this participation gives me a really good moral support for me also. Thank you. I thank IEA for giving me this opportunity to felicitate in this occasion. I thank everyone.
So thank you, madam. Thank you for your wonderful speech. So now we come to last end of our program. So this is vote of thanks. I feel honored and privileged to get an opportunity to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. I thank on behalf of Institution of Engineers India, Tiruchirappalli Local Center, our chief guest, Ms. Renuka Gira, Director and Board Member, Industrial Systems and Products, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, New Delhi. We are greatly encouraged by her gracious presence and delivering team address. We are immensely benefited by your inspiring speech. Thank you, madam. Thank you for. And also, I wish to express my sincere thanks to Mr. T.S. Murli, GM and Head, DHL Tiruchirappalli Complex, and other officials from DHL Tiruchirappalli. And a special thanks to Mr. S.M. Mahajan, Retired Executive Director, CFFB, BHL, for their wonderful support and coordination to conduct this program as a grand manner. I also wish to express my sincere thanks to our chairman, Dr. N. Kumaresan, IE Tiruchirappalli Local Center, for his valuable welcome address and awarding best woman engineer. Thank you, sir. So I wish to express my sincere thanks to Engineer R. Kumar and Engineer R. Selvaraj, Evolution Committee members, and convener of this function, Dr. Engineer Samidas, for their support and coordination in arranging this. Also, I thank IETLC committee members, past chairman, secretaries, senior members, and technician members, student chapters attached with IETLC, and our office staffs, P. Marimuthu, S. Mutharedi, and P. Sudali, for their excellent support and coordination work. My special thanks to office bearers of other professional bodies, CSI, IAW, IIM, ISFT, IWS, IIE, for circulating this event invitation in large manner. Thank you all. So I convey my best wishes and thanks to IETLC Young Woman Engineer 2021, Dr. Darshana, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, NIT Tiruchirappalli. Thank you, madam. On behalf of IETLC and as a secretary, I thank all participants in this event. I am truly thankful to everyone who are all contributed and volunteered their service and time in this event. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I thank you for being with us this evening. It has been a great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for your speech and motivation talk on the occasion of International Women's Day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all the participants, because this is again the.
Martha, before you close, can I make one comment?
Yeah, please.
First of all, Renukaji, heartiest congratulations
Thank
for assuming the role of director in BHEL and becoming a member of the board of directors. It's a really great achievement. And I think you are the first women director on BHEL board, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Our
Thank you.
compliments, and we wish you many more success in life.
Thank you.
One special remark which you made, which I like, that capability and ability of women to manage multitasking functions. The best example is the domestic environment. Home management, so perfectly done in various fields, everything managed by the housewife. And now this is becoming a trend in the industry also. So far, our experience has been women were used or women contributed in softer tasks like assembly work, installation work, mica. You are in Bhopal. I also started my career in Bhopal. The women we saw in industrial environment were in the mica section, insulation section. But today, I must compliment the entrepreneurship. They have gone into those areas which were considered as the bastion of males. A lot of people in the participants are related with the welding profession, and welding was one area which women never went. And Trichy, I must compliment the BHEL Trichy and other persons in Trichy. They started training of women in the welding area, and today it has become so popular. Many institutions globally, they are adopting this practice, and women are doing very well in that area also. Women has really worked very hard, and they have achieved laurels in multitasking facilities, in multitasking functions. And I wish that the percentage of women versus men in all the environment will be plus 50 very shortly. Thank you very much for, I think, agreeing to address people and give your own experiences. I wish you all the best on behalf of all the organizers and participants. Thank you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Manager.
Thank you. So it's our pleasure having all the experts. So thank you for everybody participating in this international university.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now officially we can close the meeting. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all.